It's
Oh,
a long-distance matchup that is finally coming through here in Mexico, and we are ready to begin. These guys have switched into their characters. They select them, and it's 3, 2, 1, let's go! The beginning of Top 8 at Smash Factor 9 at PS2!
let's do it. As you can see, Sonic's already kind of taking his time on his opportunity to approach Sisqui. Sisqui retreating back and already getting, but look at these forward airs in Sisqui, and we now start to see the bombs come out. Oh, great tether grab attempt, but a good punish coming out from Sonix as well.
It's going to be a lot of bait and switch, I think. You said about the tether grab. Well, Sonix will position himself in a way that Sisqui will feel safe to go for those, but of course the mobility we talked about already, right? Sonix will be a running machine. He will not stop. And of course, when he does need to take a little break, it's more so to see what Sisqui is going to respond with. You can see that in the get-up options, he jumps and does nair a lot, so he might be ready to deal with that later on, and so far, so good for Sonix.
Yeah, the ledge trapping on the right side here, it's been so good. Just pressuring Sisqui, making him like even stall on the right side of the stage a little bit, just giving Sonix enough time to wind up that wind-up punch and just get rid of that first stock. But you know, we were talking about like when it comes down to moments of going in, slowing down when you can, but Sisqui is also very adept at slowing down the matches and playing in the corner, as you can see here.
Exactly, just charging a bunch of charge shots, and the second one he decides to throw out actually connects, so there's also a mix-up in that. You never expect the 3 charge shots in a row, and when it does hit, well, of course it's going to hit mentally a little bit, right? Because Sonix is like, dude, I saw him charge that, and it still hit me. But thankfully for him, he still has a full stock lead.
Yeah, I mean, there's also that kind of moment like, why, like, who would shoot charge shot 3 times in a row? Who would do that? But you know what? Sonic's not really letting it affect him as he continues to just smother Sisqui on Pokemon Stadium 2.
And of course, this attempted 2-frame is going to be super common as well. You will see Sonix throw out that the trampoline and then go for the forward smash on the edge, trying to go for this 2-frame. Sisqui has been mixing up his recovery timing quite well, so Sonix can never quite connect those. But the spring will definitely be a headache for Sisqui. And plus, landing is a bit of an issue here. As you can tell, Sonix will be wherever Sisqi's about to land. So if you're in the air, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in the air, you're in trouble. If you're falling to the ground, guess what? Sonix can be there. Fastest character in the game. And even nullifying the invulnerability that Sisqui would have, the slight advantage that he's supposed to get from coming back from the Angel platform, completely nullified due to the spring placement. Such a good strap from Sonix, but now he finds himself eating a fair from Sisqui, dropping his first stock of the game.
Taking almost 3 minutes to take it though, and Sisqui positions himself in a very tight spot right here in the ledge, and we already know that committing to an attack like this is going to be no good. Sonix will bait and switch you to no end, and we're now, I thought it was going to be a backer. That could have been it, but of course Sonix prefers to play it safe. It's game number 1. You don't want to give too many of your cards away.
That's true. I mean, I really feel like Sonix is just going to wait for the opportunity where back air is going to like secure a KO instead of just putting Sisqui in a worse position. In that moment, it wouldn't have been enough to really get the knockout. But as you can see, Sisqui, even going a little bit further off stage with the tether grab, or with the tether to apply a little bit more pressure. Be out of shield, a staple in Sisqui's arsenal.
And that's when he needs to catch Sonix. I mean, landing on Samus's shield, I haven't seen that many Samus players really go for the up B that often, because one whiff at this percent will pretty much represent the stock for you, or at least another Edgar situation. So Sisqui really needs to calculate his up B attempts later on, but Sonix right now seems to be just on the verge of closing it out, waiting for that last setup, and here he is. He's shooting for everything.
Yeah, great roll from Sisqui, just avoiding that wind-up F smash once more, but the spin dash is tacking a little bit of extra damage. Sisqui, he just really needs to clean up this stock and then hope that he can get something going for the third stock, but Sonix is not giving him an opportunity. He's just weaving in and out. What an amazing harassment playstyle. It's like literally saying you're too slow.
And when push comes to shove, if Sisqui was to get a lot of percent onto Sonix, there is a slight difference between Dark Samus and Samus, that being the up throw, but clearly that's not going to be an element here. The first game goes to Sonix. And speaking of the up throw, that's also an option for Sonix if the percents get too high and you just can't find the last backer or something.
Yeah, both actually having a couple kill throws in this matchup, I believe. But both players having being able to utilize that is going to be big in this matchup. However, we don't really see, I mean, it's only been game 1. Let's see what sisqui is going to adapt, what's going to change about it, and then even if there's going to be a different character, or not character, different stage selection,
Yes.
and how that is that going to come into play.
Well, I hear Pokemon music, so it's either back to PS2 or we're going Kalos, but given the situation, I think PS2 for the ROM bag might be a good opportunity for sisqui to adapt. And again, you don't want to show too many of your cards. Sonix is definitely holding back a bit in the edge guard game. I think he has not fallen out so often. Oh, but here we go. It's going to be small battlefield. Of course, you want to close out the distance.
Yeah, making the charge shot and most of the long attacks that sisqui has available just seem a little bit longer now that the stage is smaller. But okay, great platform trapping from sisqui. You know what? Sonix didn't let you touch the ground. Why not return the favor?
Pretty much. And of course, look where sisqui places himself. This is my home. But unfortunately for him, Sonix breaks into it and he gets him out of there. Fortunately for sisqui, it's a bit of a percent lead, so he can chill a little bit if he wants to. Sonix is the one who really needs to step up the pace, but gets sniped out of there, baby. That's the first stock of the match.
What a great snipe and a call out from sisqui. Really just showing that I am going to utilize my projectiles when I see fit. You're not safe, doesn't matter where you're at.
And sisqui once again going for the up B too, showing Sonix that he knows when he is about to attack. That up B came after Sonix jumped from the main platform. So great adapting, great reaction time from sisqui as well, and great DI here to survive another one of those hits. He is still alive and kicking. Oh, never anymore.
Yeah, well, that was a great call out from Sonix, and now evening up the stocks. Only a little bit of extra credit for sisqui, but you know what? There's one thing I do kind of want to point out. We've seen sisqui in previous games, previous matches, really get a lot of mileage out of from trapping his opponent at the ledge with the bombs and then pressuring with charge shot. But Sonix has an answer that he showed very quickly that setup is not going to be utilized. It's not going to work against him, and that's a big part of sisqui's game plan.
Yes, indeed, and you can only go for it so many times, right? Sonix is one of the faster players to adapt. That's why you see him run in circles around his opponent. Only a minute ago, he was down with a stock and plus percent, but now it's an entirely different situation. He is not holding back in the edge guard anymore, that too. He is now actually chasing sisqui a lot more upstage, not just setting up the spring and stuff when he recovers low. And so Sonix is on the verge of taking another one, but here we go, the up B once again saving sisqui.
Up B is going to be so clutch. Another charge shot, but Sonix is ready this time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on Sonix.
Well, shame on whoever falls for this, really. I mean, if sisqui falls for it... Oh! You're kidding me! Whoa.
Great tech! Fantastic tech!
Amazing from sisqui, and with that percent, I would have expected an untechable, but really great DI, great tech right there, and Sonix needs to fight just a little bit harder for that stock to come through, but the bomb recovery is saving sisqui. He is still here, and he might be able to take Sonix's stock with the proper setup as well, but Sonix does not let anything go off.
And Sonix just really showing he's not afraid to just really be in sisqui's face. I mean, we expected for I guess a little bit more of a defensive Sonix, but now that we're on this small stage, he just seems to hold forward.
And this will be an offer. Exactly. That's one of the kill throws that we were talking about, or the KL throws, rather, that we were talking about. Because really, both of these characters are going to wrap on percent, and when push comes to shove, and you really don't fight any other opportunity, you might just go for the Sair. Of course, a great Sair from sisqui. These guys are not holding back anymore. Safely, I love this.
Yeah, that's right. This is top 8. Yeah, you want to hold some cards up your sleeve and, play them at the right moments, but guess what? That moment's going to be a little bit sooner here in top 8. A little bit more on the line.
I mean, and if we're talking about that and going for the push, going for the last hit, Sonix could go harass sisqui when he's doing the bomb recovery as well. I mean, you can only do that so many times.
Yeah, even when sisqui is a little bit deep, I think there's there is a limit where Sonix will feel comfortable going out as far. Because you'll see when sisqui is really off to the side, almost in the bubble zone, Sonix is really retreating and waiting to set up a spring trap or offstage spin dash as sisqui tries to recover.
And sisqui, we also talk about when they know how to bring it back, right? Just dial it down a little bit. sisqui sets up shop, starts throwing out his projectiles, waiting for Sonix to run into them. It worked for a few seconds, but now Sonix is back in business, and he is in control of the situation. He might go down, but no, he actually held back a little bit, waiting for sisqui to come back. sisqui, though, I think he's really well positioned to find Sonix off stage, but he does not commit to it.
Yeah, that was such a good call out with the down air landing from sisqui as he was coming down. It just covered so much ground, but okay, you can see Sonix on the chase once again. This is kind of what I was talking about. Sonix doesn't want to go that deep, even though sisqui is almost at 200%.
True, and this next up throw, an up throw will do it. So at this point, whatever sisqui whips in front of Sonix's shield is pretty much going to be a knockout, and the game for Sonix as well, but they keep on trading. That's 200% for sisqui, who keeps on living, and extremely good DI as well, but this was from coast to coast. That's spring. That's a great setup, but Sonix does not commit once again. There could have been a fair, but the up air will do it.
The up air does indeed clutch it out for Sonix as he takes game 2 over sisqui and just motioning to run it right back. sisqui knows how close he was from just fully grasping game 2. It was very back and forth. sisqui did start with the lead. The adaptation from Sonix came through, but then adaptation over adaptation. These two players are playing an amazing game of rock, paper, scissors.
I just hope it doesn't come too late in this next game, because it was at 200% that we saw sisqui kind of wake up in the end, because he gets that early lead, like you said, and then it's a few minutes of nothing, but really Sonix just catching up little by little, and it seems like Sonic is still riding that same momentum from the last game, and he catches sisqui on his up B whip, but unfortunately for him, misses the punish and eats an up B out of that.
Yeah, still landing with this Nair though. We did see like just how much kill power, and not to mention how far off Sonix was getting KO'd. It wasn't like Sonix was getting knocked out from center stage. He got sniped very far off stage. He got zared very far off stage, and that's what really that's what allowed sisqui to bring those stocks back.
Of course, and sisqui also it's like interaction after interaction, right? We just saw Rox and Wadi, for instance. Rox was getting the comic with a lot of up Bs out of shield. sisqui might be trying to go for that same game plan. Now most of the up Bs are actually connecting. Sonix is not committing to hit the shield anymore, but he is going for the one-up punch once more, fails. But of course, sisqui covering him, so perfectly great backer to recover stage control too. Up the parry, and Sonix will get a great punish out of this.
sisqui, of course, going to use his bomb recovery, stalling a little bit, but the call out from Sonix. sisqui just getting a little bit too close to the ledge. If you're going to be stalling with those bombs, you got to check his space.
Yes, indeed. The spacing keen. Against Sonix in particular, it's a mental toll, right? You never truly know how good of a spacing you have to go for. You never really get it perfectly either. You kind of shoot your shot and hope for the best.
The gap can close at any moment.
Yes.
Like he's gonna run at me, he could spin dash, he could jump spin dash at me. There are so many different angles that Sonix can take to approach, and you have to consider them all.
And you also need to throw your own shots, because at this percent, sisqui is aiming for the KO. By now, you're really you kind of like this. So good on sisqui. He gets the first stock off of Sonix.
Yeah, 45%, not too much that needs to be made up with Sonix kind of playing his little defensive at the moment, is waiting for sisqui to. I feel like he's just kind of feeling out sisqui at the moment. Like, what are you thinking, sisqui? Okay, you want to check projectiles? I can dodge, I can jump.
He is playing Mario Brothers.
You're right.
The Bowser's Castle.
Back to platformers.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. This ain't a platform fighter for nothing, baby. And yeah, sisqui has been getting into this projectile mode like a few times already. I think it's less effective every time though. Sonix has found a way to jump over most of those projectiles, and really, it's only a matter of time before sisqui has to go in again. He does get something out of it, but the percent speaks for itself.
Yeah, really, but just getting grabbed right out of the spin dash, that's not something we see too many characters able to do, but sisqui utilizing, just taking a small amount of percent for it. But now we see a fully charged up. We're going to see he does let it rip, but unfortunate for sisqui. Sonix is able to avoid it, and now chasing up so high in the sky. Doesn't send him to the sky just yet.
That up B was not enough, but Sonix is still... No, the cheese. Okay, not cheese, rather poor position. He kind of forgot to step on the brake. That could have been it for the stock, but unfortunately for him, misses the opportunity to punish. He still gets another edge guard situation though. sisqui, great stalling, but falls onto the second fair.
Wow, and going so deep once more. Sonix is not afraid to chase no matter where you go, sisqui. So now what's the play going to be from sisqi's recovery? Still opting to go for more bomb recovers? We didn't see it that time.
I don't think it's going to be that effective anymore. Sonix is actually covering a very different ground now. He expects the low recovery, so he goes down there immediately. Also, sisqui is kind of closing ground a lot faster too. So we just know that the bombs are slowly but surely losing their effectiveness, just a few more percent, and sisqui might be also in KO range for an up throw. So Sonix is just waiting for that percent to grow.
Yeah, just a double charge shot though. Double charge shot's got something a little bit different to say about that. Putting Sonix on his last stock here in game 3. But a big back air, and that's going to close it out. Sonic advances to the next part of top 8.
Congratulations to sisqui getting 7th place at this super major. It's Smash Factor 9. sisqui has been it's been a blast hanging out with him. He is a really, really nice guy. He has been super respectful with everybody. He has played a lot of matches too. Really just a great guy right here. Saludos a España. Felicidades a España por subir el nivel así. Su representante máximo está aquí sacando la casta y se lleva un 7º lugar. Congratulations, you guys. And really, congratulations to Sonix too. The Dominican Republic moves on.
That's right. That's going to be a big move for Sonix. I mean, we've seen the mental fortitude that the player has. I don't know if you remember, Toon, just not too long ago, we saw Sonix make an amazing losers run all the way to grand finals.
And then a comeback at the grand
finals. And then a comeback in grand finals. The mental fortitude, the focus that you have to accomplish something like that, we may see it tonight.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He fell to rocks again at the very beginning of the top 32 rounds, and so this is like his 4th set consecutively, or 3rd set rather, that he has played in losers bracket. So that's the beginning of something really interesting. And like you said, it's a mental fortitude. Sonic is also the kind of character that really feeds on the mental fortitude of the opponent. So
right.
you kind of have that in your, it's a balance.
It's like when you get poisoned in Pokemon and your fortitude is slowly draining. You're just slowly going down. You just have to fight it. I hope you brought some antidote, whoever his next opponent's going to be.